Inside your bedroom, we stopped counting the days, lost in the rhythm.
Hi, hello. Let me get set up real quick. My goodness, I just finished watching Wicked for the very first time, and I cried a lot near the end, so I don't look so great. So bear with me. This is my informal 2024 to 2025 goal setting video. I'm not gonna lie, it has kind of taken me a little bit to wrap my head around the goals I want to set this year, mostly because I have noticed I'm very aware of it, but I'm battling the tendency I have, which is to fill my plate comfortably, feel really, really good about what I have going on. It feels very achievable. And then I push myself just a little further, and now it's unmanageable. So part of me, I feel really good about the goals I'm setting, and I'm setting them a little differently this year. And so I feel really good about it, but I've been holding off on filming this video because, for one, everybody is home at my house. And so finding time to film is kind of difficult, but also because I keep wanting to add more to my plate. However, I'm going to go with what I got. And if I add to the list, that's fine. I can always add to my goal list. I can set more goals. That's perfectly fine. We'll just update that if I do. But now, this video, I'm going to tell you guys the goals that I am setting for 2025. We also have a buddy with us today. Everybody say hi, Jan. Hi, Jan. Ugh, she's the cutest. Not all of my goals are publishing related. I like to set some personal goals. You guys know that if you've watched any of my past goal setting videos. So we're going to start with one of those personal goals first, which is read 12 books. Now, to you bookish people, that does not sound like a lot. That's a book a month. That's very, very doable, especially the way I have gauged my time. It is very much doable. I have learned, especially over the last few years, as I have really settled into my publishing timeline and my life has changed. I mean, I am not in the same career as I was just a couple years ago. I left the world of public education. Now I'm in the world of privatized therapy. I'm going to be an LPC, which is licensed professional counselor, full-time. And my author platform has grown exponentially. So it gives me more time. But yes, it somehow means I read less for pleasure. And I want to change that. I really, really, really miss diving into the deep world of books, especially the fantasy books that fully encompass everything. I want to read more of that. So in the past, I have set really lofty reading goals. Last year, I did not set one at all, and my goal is just to read as much as I can. And this year, I want to make it more of a self-care priority. What the self-care vlogs that I did throughout 2024 taught me is that reading for pleasure is like my number one self-care thing right now. I love to read and I love to run. Running, I would love to get back to eventually, but that is not a goal I'm setting this year. That is a hope that I will be able to run a little more in 2025. But reading is something super easy to carve out time for. I read very quickly, so it doesn't take me long to read a chapter. I have a Kindle now, and the Kindle tells you at the bottom how long every chapter is. And so it makes it easier to gauge time, so I know how much time it will require of me to read per chapter. And because of that, I end up reading more. So I am going to read 12 books in 2025. I'm very, very excited about it. Now we're going into some publishing things. I'm going to publish 3 books, just like last year. I'm going to put them all up on the screen. The first book I have coming is Trial of Flame and Wings. I do have a publication date set, but I'm not announcing anything yet. I want to get a date set with my editor and finish writing that because I actually have not finished drafting it. That is my January goal. I've got a whole plan for that. You guys will hear all about that plan in January, so be on the lookout. But Trial of Flame and Wings in the spring, and then October 1st, Curse of Blood and Sight, and then the final Winter Witches book, Snow at Sunset, December 1st. So I'm publishing those 3 books in 2025. I also want to go to 5 bookish events where I am like a featured author, meaning I'm signing and selling books there, or doing some other kind of thing that will benefit my platform. So I already have one speaking arrangement lined up in like another week, actually, in January. And there's always a book event pretty locally that I go to. So there's that. And I'm hoping to do more signings at my local bookstore, but I would love to branch out because I already have my eyes set on a couple other bookstores further out from me that I would love to do book events at. And I do think that this is the year I'm going to try to make it to one of the big book conferences in my state. So if you live in Oklahoma, be on the lookout because I'm planning to go to one of those really big events. So fingers crossed, 5 bookish events. I'm also shooting for 500 YouTube subscribers. I'm not too far off from that, but I've learned that my YouTube growth is a tiddly bit slower than some of my other platforms, which is perfectly fine. But I am prioritizing different platforms over others based on really this year out of enjoyment. So, and I'll get into why here in a minute, but YouTube is one of those. I am curating my content differently. So I will be doing a monthly challenge every month. I will have my podcast, which will also come out on YouTube, where I talk about books and I sit down with authors and we just share the process and our journeys. And I'm planning on doing a publishing update video every month / how-to video every month. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So the videos that you guys here on YouTube seem to enjoy anyway, it'll be more of that kind of stuff. So 500 YouTube subscribers is what I'm shooting for in 2025. I'm also hoping to gain 4,000 Instagram followers. So if you're not following already, click the link tree in the description and go follow all of my platforms, but go follow Instagram because I am very active on there. That is where you get daily updates, is Instagram, because I share to my stories super, super often. So I am hoping to grow that platform, and I feel like that growth may look different in 2025, especially on Instagram, because of all of the debacle with TikTok. So I think a lot of people who are really active on TikTok will be moving to Instagram and will start to be more active there. I think Bookstagram may grow yet again. There's been a lot of talk online, of course, you guys may know, about where all of our bookish community will kind of gather in leaving TikTok. And it seems like a lot of people are already set up on Bookstagram, and we may just, do more things there. So I do think growth will look different on Instagram, and because TikTok may be going away unless there's a Hail Mary, that changes a lot of my marketing. So a lot of my marketing will be done via Reels on Instagram and my Instagram posts, but also I think I want to do a little more with YouTube Shorts this year. So I think I want to get more creative. I think I'm going to change up what my short form content looks like a little bit, go away from some of those super promotional style videos that I have been doing. And I kind of want to do more with like skits, maybe not skits, maybe skits isn't the right word, but I want to bring that authenticity more into that short form content and feature myself more often than just books and book covers. So 4,000 Instagram followers. Speaking of Instagram and things related to it, I want 1,000 followers on Threads. I'm still finding my way around that, but it seems to be a pretty big hub for mostly the author community, I think. And so I really want to up my game there, find my stride, share some thoughts, and see where that takes me. So I am not super far off from 1,000, so I'm hoping that I'll be able to grow that, but it does seem like Threads has a slower growth rate, and so I'm keeping a little bit conservative and shooting for 1,000 followers over there. I also want 20 paid Patreon members this year. That is up from 10 in 2024. We hit 10 in 2024, and in 2025, I want to double that. Patreon, I would say, is the platform I am planning on prioritizing the most. Patreon and my YouTube channel. I have so much content that I create that I don't even think sometimes to refine for Patreon. And so I am actively planning a lot more content for Patreon. So you'll get sneak peeks. Extended podcast episodes are going to go there. So that's already a lot of content. Updates, of course, you get bookish updates first on Patreon, and other sneak peeks and extended things. I actually have been itching to write the beginning of Curse of Blood and Sight. And so I may jot down those scenes just to play with things and post them on Patreon also and see where that takes me. That's that kind of work, just sitting down and free writing stuff like that really helps my brain to wrap around plotting for the books, because I really enjoy pantsing. I'm not much of a plotter. And so when I allow myself to write scenes like that and really get into it, I can get a better idea, first off, of how the characters would react, but also it's like a test run. It tells me if I'm in the right direction before I start plotting out the rest of it. And I usually come across something interesting when I free write like that, and it changes some things in the book for the better. So content like that is coming to Patreon. I would love to do writing sprints over on Patreon also, but I don't know if I have a big enough community there yet to really get my time's worth from it. So I don't know, but I do think that maybe we'll do some live writing-ish things maybe on Instagram, and maybe a pop-up once or twice over on YouTube. So we'll see. So 20 paid Patreon members is what I'm shooting for in 2025. And the last goal that I'm formally setting and writing down is kind of a personal/professional one. It is become an LPCC, so an LPC candidate. So in my state, you get fully licensed after you've completed 3,000 working hours. So I have to report those to the state. And so I can start as soon as I finish all of my paperwork. So I actually learned that I can start submitting stuff as soon as I get the rest of my background check back. I'm still waiting on some stuff from the federal government, but as soon as I get that, I can submit all of my papers and take my tests. And as long as I pass those, I can begin work. So hopefully super soon, my schedule that I blocked out right now will be filled with clients for therapy, mental health therapy. So that is something on my goal list, is to become a candidate. So that is exciting. So this really wasn't that, I feel like there wasn't a ton that I covered in this, but I did set my goals. I've got this beautiful new happy planner for 2025. It is a work-life planner, if you are curious, from their work-life series. They have the metal rings, which I adore. And what I like about this planner is that part of the daily section, it's a vertical planner, and part of the daily section is timed. So there are blocks from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And I have found that scheduling out my time like that makes me more efficient. Knowing what to expect is always something for me. And yeah, it just makes things run a lot smoother. So there's that. Hi, June. Say hi to everybody. Hi, good girl. Yeah. So that is what I am hoping to accomplish in 2025. I'm very excited. I have so many plans and so many publication things that I want to do. And again, I may add even to my goals list. So I may come back and pin them in the comments. But let me know, speaking of the comments, let me know down below, what are you hoping to accomplish in 2025? And maybe reflect a little on 2024. So what is something that you are really proud of that you did in 2024? And what is something that you're hoping to do in 2025? Let's do that. Anyway, make sure to like and subscribe down below so that I can get closer to some of these goals I've talked about. find the link in the description box. Follow me online. I'm really active and I've got some really, really cool things coming. Make sure to go to amyprokopis.com and subscribe to my newsletter so that you can find out everything that's coming every month and get involved in other bookish updates so you don't miss out. Yes, I am so excited. Holy moly. It's going to be a great year, guys, and I can't wait to take you along with me. So awesome. Read books, be kind, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!